morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you all. As you enter, say good morning. I know y'all weren't expecting me today, but I'm here. Give it a few more seconds. And let me know if you can hear me. Come on in, say good morning as you enter. All right, let's jump on here and get started. I can't see the chat if you all are typing. I don't know why. All right, y'all. It's Wednesday. I'm happy to be on today. I hope that today y'all allow me to give it to y'all straight, no chaser on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope that's all right with y'all. Let's go ahead and get and cut to the chase. So the title of this morning's devotional is Neuter It. So type that in the chat. Neuter it. To neuter something means to castrate it. It's the surgical procedure that removes both testicles in order to sterilize a male dog. The dog becomes infertile. In other words, it no longer has the ability to reproduce. There are things in our lives that need to be neutered so that they no longer have the ability to reproduce. Sometimes we can be hurting and not realize where the pain is coming from. Matthew 13:24-30 is the parable about the kingdom of heaven being like a man who sowed good seed. It reads, "The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, the enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, 'Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?' 'An enemy did this,' he replied. The servants asked him, 'Do you want us to go and pull them up?' 'No,' he answered, 'because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned, then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn.'" Now, disclaimer, this message pertains to any and everybody, but right now I'm going to speak directly to the women. Ladies, we are very nurturing beings, but we have to stop nurturing things that literally suck the life out of us. Sometimes we try to find the good in every person or in every situation. But when the God in you doesn't recognize or can't find the God in someone else that you're connected to, it's time to castrate or neuter that relationship. Ecclesiastes 3 talks about a time or season for everything. The latter part of verse 6 reads, "A time to keep and a time to throw away." You have got to be wise enough to know when the right time is to throw away things that do not serve you a purpose. Holding on to it in the wrong season will only weigh you down. Listen, I know you are attached to that favorite outfit or pair of jeans. Um, but if it's been in your closet for 5 years and you still can't fit it, it is time to let it go. Holding on to it only takes up space and it's killing your confidence. Be wise, because just as the enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat, he can sow weeds of negativity in the soil of your mind through something so innocent as a conversation. But when you start to harbor or nurture the words that were spoken, and it begins to wear you down to the point where you're losing sleep, I need you to realize that you're nurturing something that needs to be neutered. The Bible tells us to test every spirit, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. That comes from 1 Peter 5:8. If the farmer who sowed the good seed would have just been alert and kept watch over his crop, he would have seen the enemy coming and been prepared to fight. So in this season, we're going to keep our ear gates free from distractions, free from gossip, free from slander, free from lies. These things reproduce bad fruit, and they need to be neutered. After a dog is neutered, it's common for it to experience post-surgery discomfort or dizziness, and long-term behavioral changes to expect after the neutering process include reduced aggression, reduced territorial markings, less roaming, and an overall calmer temperament. So once you cut ties and allow that bridge to be burned, that negative seed that was planted won't have any offspring. You threw it out in the season God told you to throw it out. What or who is the dog in your life that needs to be neutered? Angelique gave a quote yesterday during Bible study. She said, "The gap between your love for him and your love for them will often feel like hate when you have to choose him over them." And I thought that that quote was so good. Sometimes it can be difficult to cut ties with people, especially if it's a childhood friend or someone that you have a deep bond with. But if it's a bad relationship, and that includes a friendship, a courtship, a situationship, it needs to be neutered because it's not serving you a purpose. If it's an unhealthy lifestyle that you're living, whatever that may look like, you know what is unhealthy. It needs to be neutered. If it no longer serves you a purpose, it needs to be neutered. If it's you need to be neutered. Maybe you're the gossiper or the liar or the deceiver. Allow God to transform and renew your mind. Ask Him to search every corner of your heart and remove what is not like Him. Allow Him to neuter or castrate your negative thoughts, your doubts, your fears. Every day we wake up, we have to put on the full armor of God, and sometimes we have to go to war with our own flesh. Don't lose don't lose yourself against yourself. Let me say that again. Don't lose yourself against yourself. Don't be the weapon that's forming against you, that's attempting to cause yourself not to prosper. It's important for us to stay in a posture of prayer. Get up every morning and spend time alone with God in prayer. Listen, we have got to stop putting the comfort of others over our own. When you put the comfort of others over your own, it makes it difficult to confront the issues that you have. It'll cause you to sugarcoat a few things, and that's something we don't want to do. And then you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, just silently suffering. That isn't my testimony. There was a meme that I used to quote when I was in college. It was, "If I ever cut you off, it's because you handed me the scissors." Now, I do give a little grace. I may hold on to the scissors for a while, but if you don't change, I have to use them because I'm all about growth and maturity. Y'all understand though, I'll hit that block button so fast. Matthew 10, verse 1. and then verse 16. Matthew 10, verse 1, and then verse 16. They read, "And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease." That was verse 1. Verse 16 reads, "Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves." First, God called the disciples, then gave them power over unclean spirits. And then he sent his disciples out to be amongst them. Whom God calls, he also equips. So you have nothing to worry about. You have no fear about what to say to somebody because the power is within you. The scripture says to be as wise as serpents and harmless as doves, meaning you must be able to discern spirits. Be a step above the enemy while remaining blameless so that he can present you faultless in the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. You will be more productive and produce good fruit when you let go of people or places or things, or situations that are holding you back. I hope that this devotional blessed you on this morning. I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you all on Sunday. If you are within a 50-mile radius of Connect Church Raleigh, we hope to see you in the building on Sunday. Have a good day.